What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with another video on the car the internet just loves to hate. My 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack. This car has been the subject of a lot of controversy and debate on the internet and on my channel in the comment section as well. So I thought there's got to be a way to make this better. What can I do to fix the problems that I've been having with this car? And I think the answer may actually be in Tesla. Now, you're probably really confused how Tesla could help salvage this car, but I'm going to show you here in just a second. So this is my 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack Stage 2. I did lease this with my own money. I'm not being paid to review it. I'm not being paid by anybody. I am paying out of my own pocket to review this car for all of you that are watching these videos. Now, we just got a massive software update on this car, and that software update is supposed to fix like 99% of the issues that we had the last time we tried to take a road trip. But there's still a big problem with taking road trips in electric vehicles that are not Teslas, and that is the CCS chargers or CHAdeMO chargers. If they're not the NACS chargers, then well, good luck finding charge points that are going to be reliable and working consistently. So behind this door right here lies the majority of my problem when I took this car on a 1,400-mile road trip. This is the CCS charger, and unfortunately, finding places to charge that had working chargers that didn't have communication problems, or the chargers themselves were just broken. There were so many issues trying to charge this car. It made it unrealistic to even drive this thing more than out of state, let alone on a 1,400-mile road trip. So I started thinking, and I started searching around for a solution to this problem. I thought there's got to be a better solution for charging than the way we did it. The car's little nav screen that takes you to all the charge points, that thing is worthless. Going through all the apps didn't seem to help me much either. And then I came across a video from a gentleman called Mod to Fame, and I saw that him and his brother own the same car. And then I saw that they were charging at Tesla chargers. And I thought, wait a minute, that's not supposed to be possible, because Chrysler, Dodge, Mopar, Stellantis, whatever you want to call them, they are not on the list of approved manufacturers to use the Tesla supercharging network. But yet, there they were. So I went out and again spent my own money. This was about $190. This is a Electron Vortex plug supercharger to CCS adapter. So this should plug directly in to this level 3 charge port right here. And of course, it has the NACS adapter on the end, and that should allow us to roll up to a Tesla supercharger, plug it in to this adapter, plug the adapter into the car, and supposedly we can actually charge on the Tesla supercharging network. Now again, none of this is sponsored. I buy everything with my own money, and we're going to find out if this is even something that's going to work for us. Now, the good thing is this adapter, well, number one, weighs about 500 pounds. My goodness. From the weight alone, feels like a quality product right here. There it is, and you can clearly see how it will fit into here and adapt our CCS port into the Tesla charging port. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to work. I've talked to a bunch of people and I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say, yep, you can plug it in, it works fine. Other people say, no, it doesn't. So I am out here today to find out for sure if this is going to work on the Dodge Charger. With that said, I can always use this plug on something else. I have a BMW i3, which is a small electric BMW that doesn't have a lot of range. It also uses the same CCS charger, and BMW is on the approved list to use Tesla superchargers. So I should be able to use this same adapter on my BMW to charge at the Tesla supercharging network. That is a video I'm going to do later on. We're going to find out if it actually works that way or not. But today, the goal is to find out if Tesla can save this car. Because if the software update has fixed every other problem that we've had with this car, and the only issue we have left is finding a reliable way of charging on a road trip, well, this is a solution. If Tesla superchargers will work on this car, you no longer have to worry about charging. There are chargers all over the country. It should make driving this thing literally cross-country a breeze. No big deal. Just find the next Tesla supercharger, plug in, charge up, down the road you go. This could be the solution that everybody's looking for when it comes to this particular car. So, look at this, proximity key works now. That didn't used to work. Unfortunately, the car is already at 100%, but we're gonna put it in drag mode. There we go. We've got 2,569 miles on this car right now. We're gonna go to drive modes, and I'm gonna put it in, I'm just gonna leave it in custom, and we're gonna go from there. What's it say the range is on this thing? 213. Ouch. At 100%? What? This thing used to get 250 in eco mode, 224 in eco mode. What? Oh, wow. Okay. Did something change? Paddles off eco street? No. Really? That's in 213. Okay. That's news to me. I'm not aware of the range going down. Maybe it's just because the last few times I've driven it, I've been kind of aggressive with it. I've been driving it pretty hard, so I'm assuming it's taking that into consideration. Look, a lizard. Huh. That's something you don't see every day. All right, guys, let's take this thing to the first Tesla supercharger in Oklahoma City, and let's see if we can charge. All right, so we made it, and it's a little busier here than I would have liked. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little awkward. As a previous Tesla owner, I've owned a bunch of Teslas, and it's always been exclusively Tesla at the superchargers, and there's no other car here. It's all Tesla. So you kind of feel like an outcast, like you feel like you don't belong. And I've already had people like staring at me, and I don't know if it's because I don't belong or if it's just like, what is this guy doing here trying to charge a Dodge on the Tesla charging network? I don't know. Either way, we're going to do this. It's got to be done. And we'll try another one. We're down to 204 miles of range, 90% battery. I would have liked to have used up a little more battery than what we did. And then the next question is, are we going to be able to reach that cord over here? I think we can. First, we've got to get our charging adapter out, which I've got in the trunk. So let's pull this bad boy out. And then I've got to open the Tesla app. God, this thing is, I'm not kidding, guys. This thing weighs a freaking ton. I got to pull out my Tesla app. We're going to plug the charger into this, and then we're going to plug this into the car, I guess, and we're going to find out if it's going to let us charge. So unfortunately, it didn't reach. This is my first time trying to back up to a Tesla charger, so it's going to take a little getting used to, so we're going to try it again. Open this back up. Then we got this massive charger here. Take the cable, and then you plug it into this, it's not easy to do one-handed, guys. Let me set the camera down so make things a little easier. The plug is right here. This is our adapter, and this is the Tesla plug, and we want to just kind of, there we go, like that. Now she's in. We should be able to just plug this straight into the car. The car has acknowledged it. Now all we got to do is open up the Tesla app and find out if it's going to let us charge. And I'm not sure that it's going to, because it doesn't show any available chargers. As you can see, it says charge your EV, find a charger, nothing. Nothing at all. So it shows green that it's plugged in, but it doesn't show anything on here for us to be able to actually charge. This is unfortunate, because the other charger is going to be the same way. It literally shows that we are green, plugged in. It knows we're plugged in and ready to go, but unfortunately, the Tesla app doesn't look like it's going to let us charge. Nothing's charging here. We just hit 2,600 miles. Oh, that's unfortunate, guys. That's really unfortunate. Somewhere in this menu is there's the power flow. You'll see that we're not charging. No. So after sitting here for a couple minutes just to see if anything might possibly update, nothing did. The charger has now turned red, so it is rejected charging this car. Most likely it just timed out due to a loss of communication. The nearest charger that Tesla shows that I can charge at, which is going to be one of those like magic dock chargers, which you shouldn't even need an adapter for those, because they're designed for CCS, is right here, and that is in Springfield, Missouri. Unfortunately, I don't have any intention of driving from here to Springfield, Missouri to try to charge. So it looks like, at least as far as this charger is concerned, and I don't think it's going to work on the next one, no, you cannot just randomly drive up to any Tesla supercharger and plug in. And the adapter that we have also states that you cannot use it on any other charger than like a Tesla level 3, period. You can't use it on miscellaneous level 2s, level 1s. It is designed specifically for Tesla superchargers. And the charging network, even for Tesla, for the Magic Docks, there's nothing. I mean, if you zoom out on this, look how limited the charging network is here. I mean, you get down to Texas, and there's quite a few. The red dots are actually the Tesla superchargers that you can use. But, like, all over the country, there's not many, guys. Let me zoom out a little more. Here, there's the United States of America. And as you can see, the red dots are very few and far between. And those are the ones that you can use Tesla supercharging on. But again, remember, Chrysler, Dodge, Stellantis is not on the approved list of cars to charge. So I don't even know for sure that you can charge these at those chargers. So here we go. I just spent $200 on an adapter that's supposed to allow me to charge at Tesla superchargers. And looks like it's not going to work. And that leaves me wondering, with my BMW that can also charge, BMW's on the approved list at Tesla superchargers, can I bring my BMW up here and plug it in, and will it work? Or will it not? Because my app doesn't know what I'm driving. I put it in as other, and it does not show me having the ability to charge anything at any local supercharger. So it looks like I just took $200 and tossed it into the wind. Should we go check out the other one? We might as well. We're close enough. Let's get back on the highway. Let's hit another Tesla supercharger, and let's see if we have any more luck there. And we're back at the next spot. I'm wasting so much time today that I could really be getting other things done. But somebody's got to go out here and try this stuff out, right? Somebody's got to do this so that other people can know if it works or if it doesn't. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to work. I know this is not going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. So we're down to 191 miles of range. I'm down to 86%. And the amount of time I've been driving, this was actually quite a bit further than I thought it was from the other charging location. But it gave me some time to kind of think about things. And I'm looking at this app, and I told you guys, those red dots represent places you can charge. So the nearest one to me is actually in Gainesville, Texas. And I think we're going to do a dedicated video on driving all the way to Gainesville, Texas, and trying to charge here, because now you can see it shows 12 stalls available in Gainesville, and you can click charge here. This is what you would do if you were at a charger that allows you to charge, okay? Then it would ask you which stall you're at. Like, we start off with 1A, and we go all the way to 3D. You simply select the charger that you're at, and then you would click start charging, and boom, you'd be good to go. But unfortunately, that's not the case, because this is not one that allows us to charge here. So like I said, I know this is not gonna work. I'm gonna try it anyway, but this is an utter fail. This video turned out to be an absolute disaster, and I'll be honest with you, I thought for sure this was gonna work. So I'm gonna try just plugging that in. That makes it a little easier. Taking this and then plugging, good Lord. There we go, like that. The car acknowledged it by turning green. If you unplug it again, oh, now it's red. Perfect. Yeah, now it's pissed off. Okay, well anyway, it clearly shows that the car is plugged in, so it knows that we're trying to charge. If you come in here, the light is green for the charger. So the car is fully acknowledging that, hey, we are plugged in and ready to charge. And I can hear the cooling fans ramping up. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like the battery is ramping up for charging. So she's ready to go. It's just that we don't have authorization to use the chargers here. And that's unfortunate. As you can see, the blue dot is my location, and we can zoom in and zoom in and zoom in some more. And no, there's no ability to charge here. So although I personally feel like I threw $200 down the drain on this adapter that I can't use, and even though I feel like I drove all over God's creation today trying to film a video that I initially thought was going to be very different, I really believed that with this adapter and my Tesla app, I was going to be able to go out and charge at any Tesla charger, and ultimately that was not the case. So this brings me back to, is this really a car that you should be trying to road trip, like any long distances? I mean, if you're going like, I don't know, 300 or 400 miles, I'd say, yeah, you're probably okay as long as you map out your chargers in advance, you know where you're gonna stop and all of that stuff. Yeah, you could probably do that without there being too much of a hassle. But when you start getting into things like 600 miles, 800 or more, God forbid, even more, like we did, a 1,400 mile trip, it becomes a disaster really, really quickly, because even though you've mapped out your chargers, you think you know where you're going, you will find that sometimes you get there and the chargers don't work, or they just don't like your car. Now, with that said, that was prior to getting the software update, so I'm contemplating trying to do this again for you guys. Now that we've got the software update, and now that we know there's at least one Tesla charger along the route in Springfield, Missouri, that will help. It's one charger out of many that we need, but that one will help because we know it's going to work. We know it's going to be efficient. That helps a lot. Maybe we should try this again. With the software update and everything that we know now, maybe this car will actually do the trip even better. Or the other idea I have is trying to drive this to California. That would be something like 1,400 or 1,500 miles each way for a total of like 3,000 miles round trip. That would be the equivalent of driving this car from one coast of the United States to the other. Could we manage to drive basically across the United States in this car? Or would we find that we end up being stranded again? I don't know, and I don't know if that's something you guys are even going to be interested in. So if you want to see me, and maybe even Monkey Wrench Mike, attempt to drive this car 3,000 miles across the country, well, leave a comment below, hit the thumbs up button on the video, and let us know. For now, I want to see if I can get this, ow, jeez Louise, man, That is no joke. I about broke the damn door off of this thing. This is heavy. Like, using this charger, although I'll admit the adapter is pretty cool that you can change from the NACS to the CCS. It's awesome, and maybe there's a use case for this, but I'm just not seeing it right now because supposedly the chargers that I would be using that belong to Tesla would already have the CCS adapter. It's called like a magic dock. It's already got the CCS adapter built in, so you wouldn't even need to purchase this adapter at all, if I'm understanding it right. The only way to find out is to drive down to Gainesville and take a look at their chargers and see if we can just plug in and charge there. If you're interested in seeing that, drop a comment below and say, hey, try to go down to Gainesville, Texas and charge your charger. So with that, I guess we're gonna get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed today's video. You win some, you lose some. Today was an absolute bust. Can Tesla save the Dodge Charger? I guess for now the answer is no. And I'm not quite sure how charging at superchargers works, but I'm guessing that you can't just roll up to any one of these superchargers and just plug in your car, even if you are on the list. I think the Tesla app has made it pretty clear that these are mostly for Teslas, and they've only opened a very select few chargers for other vehicles to charge on. So, I mean, you've got the app. You can use the app to find out where those chargers are, but it's really disappointing that there are so few of them across the United States. Tesla has the charging network almost in a monopoly. I mean, there is no other charger or charging networks that can compete with Tesla. None. Their infrastructure is by far the best. And if you're driving anything other than a Tesla, well, good luck, even in 2025. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.